Imagine a pickup that looks this sharp, feels this premium, and still has the muscle to work hard when the road gets rough. The 2026 Mazda BT-50 is back with an even tougher attitude, smarter technology, and the kind of road presence that can make almost any other pickup look ordinary. Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 2026 all-new Mazda BT-50, a pickup that continues to combine Mazda's distinctive design philosophy with serious utility, modern technology, and proven diesel performance. And trust me, this is not just another truck with a new badge. Mazda has focused on making the BT-50 feel like a vehicle you actually want to drive every day, while still giving you the capability you expect from a proper pickup. The first thing you notice about the new BT-50 is its attitude. Mazda has taken a traditionally tough pickup shape and given it a much more sophisticated personality. It still has the high-riding stance, large body, practical cargo bed, and rugged proportions you expect from a truck, but the details make it feel more premium and more unmistakably Mazda. Up front, the BT-50 immediately grabs attention with its bold grille and sculpted front-end design. The grille gives the truck a wide and confident appearance, while the Mazda design language brings a cleaner and more refined look than many conventional pickups. Instead of making the front end unnecessarily complicated, Mazda keeps the surfaces controlled and purposeful. The headlights are another major part of the visual identity. The modern LED lighting signature gives the BT-50 a sharper appearance, especially when viewed at night. The lighting elements are designed to make the front end look wider and more aggressive, while also providing the visibility you need on darker roads and trails. Move around to the side, and the proportions really start to make sense. The BT-50 has that classic pickup silhouette, with a long hood, strong shoulder line, spacious cabin, and practical rear cargo area. But Mazda has added enough sculpting to prevent it from looking like a basic work truck. Depending on the version, you can get different wheel and trim combinations that completely change the personality of the truck. The larger alloy wheels give higher spec models a more premium and planted appearance, while darker exterior details can create an even more aggressive look. And then there's the ground clearance and overall stance. The BT-50 looks ready for more than just city streets. Whether you're driving through rough rural roads, heading toward a campsite, carrying equipment, or simply cruising through traffic, this pickup has the visual presence of a vehicle that can handle whatever comes next. At the rear, the design remains practical without looking boring. The large cargo bed is exactly what you want from a pickup, offering space for tools, equipment, luggage, outdoor gear, or whatever your lifestyle demands. The tailgate and rear lighting maintain the same clean design approach, while available exterior accessories can make the truck look even more rugged. For 2026, Mazda continues to offer different configurations depending on the market, including work-focused chassis versions and more lifestyle-oriented dual-cab pickup models. That means the BT-50 can appeal to someone who needs a serious working vehicle just as easily as it can appeal to someone looking for a family-friendly adventure pickup. But the biggest surprise comes when you open the door. Inside, the BT-50 feels much more like a modern SUV than an old-school work truck. Mazda understands that today's pickup buyers want versatility. They don't want to spend Monday through Friday in a basic cabin and then switch vehicles for the weekend. They want one vehicle that can do everything. The dashboard has a clean, driver-focused layout, with controls positioned logically so that important functions are easy to access. Depending on the trim and market, you can get a modern central touchscreen, smartphone connectivity, digital information displays, and a range of convenience features designed to make everyday driving easier. The infotainment system becomes the center of the cabin experience. Navigation, media, phone connectivity, vehicle information, and other functions can be accessed through the central display, while smartphone integration helps keep your favorite apps and communication features within easy reach. The driver also gets a modern information display that can provide important information such as speed, fuel economy, driving data, and vehicle status. Higher spec versions bring even more technology into the cabin, helping the BT-50 feel considerably more sophisticated than a traditional commercial pickup. And then there's the seating. The front seats are designed around comfort and support, which becomes especially important when you're spending several hours behind the wheel. The driving position gives you a commanding view of the road, while the elevated seating position helps you see traffic and obstacles ahead. For families, the dual-cab versions are particularly interesting. There's enough cabin space for passengers in both rows, and the rear seats make the BT-50 practical for everyday transportation rather than just work duties. You can also expect a range of convenience features depending on the trim, including climate control, keyless functions, USB connectivity, storage compartments, steering wheel controls, and premium touches that make the cabin feel more expensive. But technology isn't the only story here. Mazda has also put significant attention into safety. Modern driver assistance technology can help monitor the road, warn the driver about potential hazards, assist with lane positioning, and make highway driving less stressful. Features such as adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, parking assistance, and emergency braking can vary depending on specification and market, so buyers should always check the equipment list for their local version. The result is a pickup that doesn't force you to choose between toughness and comfort. You can load up the cargo bed during the week, take the family out on the weekend, and still enjoy a cabin that feels modern enough for daily commuting. Now let's talk about the part that pickup fans really care about, performance. Under the hood, the 2026 BT-50 continues to rely on turbocharged diesel power, with engine choices depending on the market. In Australia, for example, the current BT-50 range includes a 3.0-litre four-cylinder turbo diesel producing 140 kilowatts, which is roughly 188 horsepower, along with 450 Nm of torque. Mazda also offers a smaller 2.2-litre diesel in selected versions. In other markets, engine availability can be different. Thailand, for example, lists a 2.2-litre diesel producing 163 PS and 400 Nm, while the 3.0-litre engine produces 190 PS and 450 Nm. And honestly, the torque figure is what matters most in a vehicle like this. 450 Nm arriving from relatively low engine speeds means the BT-50 has the pulling power you want when accelerating from a stop, climbing hills, carrying a load, or towing. Instead of needing to constantly rev the engine, the diesel delivers its strength where a pickup needs it most. The 6-speed automatic transmission available in many versions is designed to keep the engine in its useful power range while also making the truck easy to drive in everyday traffic. Around town, that means smooth acceleration and relaxed cruising. On the highway, the diesel engine can settle into a comfortable rhythm, allowing you to cover long distances without constantly working the gearbox. And when the road ends, the BT-50 becomes even more interesting. Four-wheel drive versions are designed for drivers who need additional traction on loose surfaces, muddy tracks, gravel roads, steep terrain, and other challenging environments. With the right tires and driving technique, the BT-50 can become a very capable adventure machine. This is where the pickup's combination of torque, ground clearance, suspension, and four-wheel drive capability really starts to make sense. It isn't trying to be a sports car. It doesn't need to be. The BT-50's strength is its ability to remain composed while carrying people, equipment, and cargo, while still giving the driver enough power to enjoy the journey. Fuel efficiency is another important part of the equation. The diesel engines are designed to balance usable performance with reasonable fuel consumption, although exact figures depend heavily on the engine, drivetrain, body style, wheels, load, and local testing standards. In Australia, Mazda lists combined consumption figures that vary by configuration, with some versions achieving around a low 7 liters per 100 kilometers range. And that makes the BT-50 a particularly interesting proposition for long-distance drivers. You get a large fuel tank, diesel torque, practical cargo capacity, and a cabin designed for extended journeys. What about speed? Well, the BT-50 isn't designed to chase sports cars from one traffic light to another. Its real performance advantage comes from usable torque, strong mid-range acceleration, stability, and confidence. The powertrain feels most at home when you're moving a heavy vehicle efficiently and confidently rather than trying to set a top speed record. That's exactly what makes this pickup so appealing. It can be a workhorse Monday morning, a highway cruiser Friday afternoon, and an off-road adventure machine on Saturday. And visually, it doesn't look like something you bought purely because you needed a tool. The 2026 Mazda BT-50 combines rugged proportions with a more sophisticated Mazda identity. Inside, it gives you technology and comfort that can make daily driving enjoyable. And underneath, the turbo diesel powertrain provides the low-end muscle that pickup buyers actually need. So, is the 2026 Mazda BT-50 one of the most interesting pickups of its class? I think it absolutely deserves attention. It doesn't try to reinvent the pickup formula completely. Instead, Mazda has focused on making the formula better: stronger design, improved technology, practical space, modern safety features, efficient diesel engines, and genuine capability. And that balance may be the BT-50's biggest strength. Because at the end of the day, the best pickup isn't necessarily the one with the biggest engine or the most extreme styling. It's the one that can fit naturally into your life. A truck that can carry your gear, handle rough roads, take your family on a road trip, cruise comfortably on the highway, and still look good parked outside your home. That is exactly where the 2026 Mazda BT-50 makes its case. It's tough without looking crude, premium without forgetting its working roots, and modern without losing the practical character that makes a pickup useful in the first place. So if you're searching for a pickup that can handle work during the week and adventure on the weekend, the new Mazda BT-50 should definitely be on your list. And now I want to hear from you. Would you choose the 2026 Mazda BT-50 over rivals like the Toyota Helix, Ford Ranger, or Isuzu D-Max? Is Mazda's combination of design, comfort, and diesel performance enough to win you over? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this full look at the 2026 Mazda BT-50, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to MotorZone, and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming car reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.